Hello, everyone. Welcome to the big question on famous TV. Shefali Jariwala's death has shocked everyone, and along with the grief came a wave of speculation. Could her death be related to the anti-aging products that she was reportedly using? While nothing's been confirmed yet, it did make people wonder and think and start asking questions. What is actually going into our anti-aging creams, injections, and pills? Do we really know what we are putting into our skin and into our bloodstream? And today, in this conversation, we are digging into the unregulated world of anti aging solutions. From over the counter creams to peptide injectables and biohacking supplements. What is safe? What is not? And what should we be really careful about? And to unpack this, we've been joined by Dr. Vandana Verma, who's a dermatologist and a hair transplant surgeon, and who's worked with multiple skincare brands and clinics for over 10 years. And she's here to give us an insight, a perspective into what really goes behind the anti-aging treatments. Welcome, Vandana, to Famous TV.
Thank you so much, Lina, for calling me over and discussing this because I think this has become so much more important than ever before to discuss what anti-aging market is and what really goes into this. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And we are so glad that you agreed to do this on such short notice. I just really want to start with the basics for our viewers, for somebody who's very new to this whole aspect. What is and what anti-aging treatments actually include? Is it just injections, pills, or is it just creams?
Right. So I feel I would like to start from the place where, when we talk about anti-aging and we think of, a wrinkle-free skin, we think of a jawline which is very structured. But when we are really talking about anti-aging, we are talking about a whole body process. Your organs are involved. Everything is aging as you age. So first thing that we really need to understand that whatever you're putting into your body, to get that kind of anti-aging and the procedures that are there in the market, they are affecting your entire body. It's not just the skin. First thing. Second thing, see, as far as the dermatology is concerned, there are different ways where we kind of target the anti-aging effect because we are mainly concerned with the skin and the overall appearance, which is on the external appearance, right? So the
Right.
first thing that you'll see there are the topical formulations. These topical formulations, they come in form of creams and ointments. You will see the skincare industry has boomed so much after COVID. People have started putting AM routines, PM routines. They put retinoids, they put vitamin C creams, vitamin E. So all these products, they are going to give you some kind of anti-aging effect in your skin, but they are limited to, just targeting your skin. They increase the hydration, they will provide you the glow, they somewhere work on the fine lines, and that is it. So there's not much side effect profile when it is done the right way after consulting a dermatologist. But the bigger problem comes in when we are talking about oral supplements or intravenous injections, right? This is the second category. And here we have to understand that once something is going inside the body, it doesn't really come and only show like up on your skin. It is going to show up on the different organs as well. So if you ask me, there are different supplements in the market which are going to help you with anti-aging. For example, there is resveratrol, then there is curcumin, there is melatonin, and all these supplements are available very easily over the counter on different platforms. Then there are intravenous injections that are given in salons, and there are IV lounges that have come up. In the clinics also you will find them, IV glutathione, NAD plus, and some kind of peptides also. So these are few things which are there in the market which claim to be anti-aging, but we have to understand that what anti-aging means when we are talking about this medically.
Yeah. But are these treatments safe? Does it have side effects? Does it have long-term risk to our heart or to our hormones?
Right. So when we are talking about these, treatments, they are very much medical treatments. And when you're putting something inside your body, and if it is not regulated in a certain way, not given in a certain protocol, in a certain dosage, which is safe for your body, it will definitely show up with some side effects. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're asking me whether they have side effects, absolutely yes, when not given in the right dosage, when not given in the right way. So it is very important that when someone goes for these treatments or choose any kind of oral supplements over the counter, they should first understand whether they really require it, whether if they are taking any kind of other medications, if they have any kind of pre-existing medical condition, they have to be very specific about understanding what goes inside their body and how it is going to impact them. There is a proper way the treatment has to be monitored, specifically if you're going for intravenous therapies. Then also how you take care of it afterwards, the post care protocols, they have to be in place as well. So it is not as simple as just popping in a pill or going to a wellness center and getting a drip. It is not as simple as that. The medical science has to be respected, and yes, then I'm sure when it is done under the proper medical guidance in the right manner, it should be done. There are no side effects.
So you mean to say that if it is done under proper medical guidance, there are no side effects,
Yes. And
and
even if the
there's
side effects happen, they can be taken care of.
they can be
Minor
taken care
ones.
of. Yeah.
Yes.
But are there any long-term risks to heart or your hormones if you are using it for a very long period of time?
Okay, so the thing with all these supplements, or I'm talking about the intravenous injections also, they are not very highly regulated. Okay, if you look at the scientific studies and all, there are still not evidence-based, scientific studies which will tell you that it is safe after 10 years, 20 years. So we don't know right now. That information is not there in the market. So what we can really talk about right now is, as of now, the treatment has to be done in the proper way. And then also, if you're asking me, because these treatments, for example, if I talk about glutathione and if I talk about NADA plus, so these treatments are also given for some kind of clinical problems, like for liver problems, for brain issues. So when you're taking these things, they are definitely impacting your body in a certain manner, and it has to be done in a regulated manner. Again, it has to be taken care of. When we are talking about the heart, all these supplements, they have the tendency to change some kind of electrolyte balance in your body. If you're taking some kind of hormone replacement therapy, it is going to impact your hormones and bring some levels up or down accordingly. Then when you're taking, let's say, NAD plus, it's going to change your metabolism. So we have to take care of that, and we have to make sure that you're fit and you're okay to go ahead with these supplements rather than just taking them blindly. Yes.
There's also been a talk about, you can't do it while you're fasting. Is there like a hard and fast rule like that, or it can be um, detrimental if you're fasting and going through an anti-aging process at the same time?
Okay. So when you're taking these intravenous injections specifically, and this drug is getting introduced your body at a very rapid rate. Okay, the administration is directly into your bloodstream, so you're being exposed to the molecule very fast. It is not like it is really bypassing your stomach where it can get filtered, right? So when you're fasting, when you're taking some other medications and all, there is a chance that it might interact more with your body, right? When you're fasting, anyway, your blood sugar levels are low, right? Your, let's say, even the blood pressure can modify here and there. So when you're taking this, definitely when we talk about glutathione, it can, impact your electrolyte levels. It can impact your blood sugar levels. It can impact your blood pressure also, like I told you. So they can also kind of lead you to a place where you can see some kind of issues. So it is definitely not recommended to do them when you're fasting, when you've been through a very strenuous workout, when you've been to some kind of an activity which caused too much of sweating. It has to be done like a medical treatment. So definitely that care has to be taken.
And if it is done under a medical professional's guidance, all this would have been already told to the patient or the client who is going through an anti-aging treatment process, right?
So, like I told you, if we have to divide the procedure in four parts, okay? First is definitely, once the person walks in and we are suggesting the procedure to the person, we have to know where that person is coming from. So, a detailed medical analysis is important. Okay, we have to run some tests. We have to see whether that person is fit. We have to analyze, or at least have the information if there are any pre-existing medical conditions, or if the person is taking any supplements or medications already. So that is very important. Okay. Second thing is preparing the person for the day of the procedure. That day the person should come very comfortably and should only come for that procedure, should not have any other activity combined with the procedure itself. Like, take it easy on yourself. So that information has to be given: how to have a meal, how to prepare your body to go for something like this. The third part is during the procedure. So when we are doing the procedure also, we need to monitor the parameters. Your heart rate has to be monitored. We have to monitor your blood pressure also, right? Even a small act of putting a IV, if it is not done properly by a medical professional, a nurse, a trained nurse, that can also lead to some kind of mishappening or a cardiac issue. Okay, so we cannot take these small steps in the procedure very lightly. And the fourth
Okay.
part is definitely the post procedure care. Once the person goes back, again, that person is not supposed to go for anything strenuous on the same day. Take it easy and take care of your symptoms. Like, symptoms as in, let's say, some small side effect comes in, because when you take these medications, there is a chance that you might feel dizzy, you might feel a little dehydrated, you might have a little bit of stomach ache. So different components or different molecules might have some kind of minor side effects, but then give that space to your body to accommodate to it. Get back to the professional if you face something unusual, and if you approach at the right time, it can be taken care of. So yes, these four steps are important.
Wow, you've actually explained it really well. What are certain medical tests that you need to do before getting into an anti-aging treatment plan? Are there any tests in particular?
Okay. See, it totally depends on what the doctor has recommended for you. So, like I told you, anti aging is a huge spectrum of treatments, right? Now, what IV injection I'm prescribing you totally depends on you as an individual. So, let's say I'm planning to go for glutathione. There is a different set of blood tests that needs to be done for that. I need to check whether your liver is fine, whether your kidney is fine, if you're taking any kind of treatments in the past, like if you have any kind of pre-existing medical condition, that needs to be evaluated. Your blood sugar levels should be fine. So depending on the molecule that we are prescribing, again, there are some certain parameters which we need to be very, very sure of before starting off the treatment. But I won't like to generalize it, like these are five things that needs to be done. I would like it to be something that needs to be evaluated by the doctor once you go to the doctor and that treatment is being prescribed for you, because every individual is different and the requirement is different. So we need to have a very like a broad perspective to the entire procedure. We cannot just give it out and pointers. Yeah, that
Right,
is something I would like to keep it free over here.
right. But also, is there like a specific age group which needs to start or can start anti-aging treatment, or it's anyone?
Like I said, anti-aging means, like, let's say I'm 20. Okay, I also am aging. Everybody is aging. But definitely, when we are talking about these high end treatments, they have a certain age limit. We cannot start right away. Nowadays, after the COVID specifically, people have become a lot more, they have become a lot more conscious. They've become so uh, like, specifically they worry about the health, the aging factor and everything. But I would suggest that only go for it when it is medically recommended after the tests and all. For example, if you're asking me, let's say you have vitamin D deficiency, you will run a test for vitamin D, you will know, you supplement it. Same way when I'm giving you glutathione, or when I'm taking giving you NAD plus, which is for the metabolism, right? I need to first make sure that you're an absolutely right candidate for it, whether you fit into those parameters. So if you ask me, anybody above 25 or 30 can, go for these treatments, but they have to first undergo a proper analysis with the doctor. The advice should come from the doctor only. It shouldn't be random. Yes.
So beauty industry is selling these treatments as a part of wellness. Do you think that is correct? We do
So
definitely see IV drips in salons, in wellness spas. Now, it has been a very common thing.
if you will see, these IV drips, They came up from the concept has come up from Miami, okay? And if you will look into these IV lounges over there, they literally have menus like the cocktail, IV cocktail menus and everything. So, when it comes to the ethical practice, we have to really sit and question whether it is really the thing that you need to be so casual about. I'm as a doctor, definitely it's a big no for me. First thing. Second thing, when it comes to the Indian market specifically, there's a lot of lack of regulations, specifically in tier one cities where people are choosing such products. It's more of a trend. So, my advice again as a doctor will be that don't fall for the trends. Don't fall for the quick fixes. One thing is not going to, serve the same purpose for everybody. Glutathione itself is not efficient like for everybody. You might take it, I might take it, it might work for me, it might not work for you. So we really need to understand what is it that we want from the treatment. Do you like really have that issue? And then only we need to treat it. Otherwise, there are much more easier ways to manage the same problem. For example, let's say you're feeling very fatigued, you're feeling very tired. Oral supplements can be given, but in a specific dose. Why do you need to go for intravenous? Right? The treatments have to be earned. So let it be that way. That's what I would suggest to people.
So, for someone who wants to look younger or wants to take care of themselves, what is the safest science-backed approach towards this anti-aging regime?
Absolutely, I would start with the more than the science backed. I would start with the basics, lifestyle habits, and getting the proper sleep, working on your stress every now and then with some kind of activities which help you, get your cortisol levels down. Then having a good diet, all that is just absolutely mandatory. The easiest solutions are like very much there. We just need to pick them up. First thing. Second thing, there are a lot of options in the market, like, for example, if you want to really start at home first, you can start with the AM and a PM skincare routine, a basic one. That is going to bring in that change in the texture of your skin. Specifically, if you combine it with lifestyle habits like a good diet and, going to gym every now and then to work out properly according to your requirement. So that itself will bring in a lot of change. Now, beyond that, if you have certain kind of expectations, there are some in clinic treatments which are only limited to the face if that is your requirement. Like, for example, you can go for chemical peels, you can go for PRP facials, you can go for some other laser treatments. There is so much more if anti aging from your concept is just skin. But, if there is an absolute deficiency in something in your body that is screaming out loud that it needs to be fixed, that is when you can skip, jump into these kind of intravenous therapies. I think that will be the right time to go for this rather than just blindly going for these things as the first go treatment. This has to be aligned with some medical assessment for sure. So, yes, these are all the treatments which can be worked on.
Which are safe.
Absolutely. When done with the medical professional, it is safe with some side effects here and there which can be taken care of.
So, what's one thing you wish every woman knew before starting an anti-aging treatment? What is one thing that you would like to tell every woman?
Okay. Aging is very much natural. It's a natural process. I know I'm a dermatologist, but we can definitely age gracefully. So it's not like we have to stop aging. What we really need to target is aging gracefully. So gracefully means pushing your limits only to a point where it is healthier for you. Going for unhealthy standards of beauty, going for unhealthy standards of fitness, or anywhere where you're putting yourself in a box which is trying to match up to some kind of, fads or some kind of trends blindly. There's absolutely no scientific backing to it or evidence based science or any kind of personal suggestion to you. Just going for that blindly, it's not going to work. Just go for the basics, work on your lifestyle, work on the stress levels that you face every day. And in case you have some kind of medical issues, like you're feeling fatigued, you feel your hormones, around your cycle, you feel a lot of hormonal mood swings and everything. You break out because of those hormonal changes and everything. So it's the right way is to reach out to a doctor. Let that doctor be the doctor. Don't have Google or Chat GPT or some kind of influencer become your doctor. That would
Or a
be the best
trend?
advice for them. Yes.
Yeah, as well as don't follow just any trends.
Definitely, definitely. It's not a DIY thing. It's not a trend. It's not wellness. It is, at the end of the day, you have to accept that it is medical science, And even if there is something called as water intoxication, if you consume water to a certain extent, it can really have some life threatening effects on you. So everything is a chemical out there, and we should definitely respect the science behind everything that we put inside our body. That is very, very important.
Absolutely. I think you've said it really well, and you've given us all the perspective and insights for anyone, even who's new to anti-aging um, aspect, can benefit a lot from this conversation. So thank you so much, Dr. Vandana, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you.
What we have learned in this conversation is clear. Anti aging isn't about looking young, it's a serious medical space that's often being treated like a trend. From creams and oral supplements to IV drips and peptide injections, today's market is flooded with solutions promising eternal youth, but with very little regulation or awareness around safety. Dr. Vandana reminded us that anything entering your bloodstream isn't just skincare, it's internal medicine. Whether it's glutathione or herbal sounding supplements like ashwagandha and curcumin, dosage, context, and professional supervision are non negotiable. Fasting, overuse, or combining unregulated products can lead to real health risks to liver, heart, hormones, or overall balance. The takeaway is this: don't let marketing override medicine. Don't treat wellness as a shortcut, and don't trade long term health for short term glow. If you're considering any anti aging treatment, ask the right questions, run the right tests, and consult the right doctor. That's the only way to age well and age safe. If you like this conversation, please do like, share, and subscribe Famous TV for more such content.